The medical field operates off of your fear. Based on how much fear you have inside of you, they're able to convince you or to get you to sign or verbal contract, talk you into anything that you may not necessarily agree with if you were not dealing with the spirit of fear, to coerce you into agreement with something that you may not agree to at all if you were not fearful of it. The medical field main source in order to get you to agree to something that you may not normally agree to under different circumstances. It's fear. I'll explain. Have you ever really asked yourself, why do you take your child to the hospital? Probably because you don't know. So you go to someone or a place that you have been convinced have did the proper studies to know. Why do you rush yourself to the hospital when you're about to go into labor? Why is there no other system in place for a pregnant woman in America other than getting rushed to the hospital? Have you ever wondered why you were monitored every 2 weeks, and then the closer you get to giving birth and delivery, they start to monitor you every week? Have you ever looked into that closely? Have you ever cared to? Well, we're going to get into that in this video.
Medical kidnapping refers to a situation where the state takes custody of your child on the basis of the parents allegedly refusing medical care. Parents behind the pinwheels shares a lot of stories like mine and plenty of other parents across the country who have personally firsthand experience to this. Netflix also has a documentary called Take Care of Maya that is a perfect prime example of medical kidnapping. It happens in all 50 states, and it doesn't just happen in the United States, it happens in other countries too. It is an egregious abuse of power.
Another one, that's attorney Scott Tyndall. He just filed what might be the largest civil RICO case against judges and attorneys in history. Judges and attorneys, some of the most disgustingly corrupt parasites that exist among us. Tyndall's target is the family court system of Birmingham, Alabama. Tyndall's lawsuit names 47 different defendants, including numerous judges of the Jefferson County Domestic Relations Court. The allegations in Tyndall's lawsuit include racketeering, extortion, fraud, invasion of privacy, false imprisonment, and even kidnapping. We've talked about the CPS child trafficking racket. So what's going on in this case exactly? Well, viewers of this program can take a guess. We've spent a lot of time covering the hideous corruption of our family court system, how it snatches up vulnerable children, takes them away from their families, their parents, on the slightest pretext, even made up completely false, whole cloth pretext, just to drop them in the foster care systems that molest them and abuse them and destroy them and, yes, even kill them. Well, the biggest motivation, of course, is simply financial. More kids in the system means more federal dollars. The federal government isn't the only way that a family court system can get cash. They can also simply just extract it through extortion from its clients. According to Mr. Tyndall, the Birmingham family court system has developed into what he calls the enterprise. So in essence, it's just a racket of legal collusion that intentionally drags out cases that lawyers can pocket more in legal fees from. Parents are basically forced to go along with things because they're threatened with losing their kids in family court disputes if they make too much of a fuss. It's one of the most appalling things that we...
Welcome back, family. Today, we are going to be going into uncovering a powerful truth. In the book of Genesis, the serpent deceived Eve by making a lie look like wisdom. He told her she wouldn't surely die and that she would be like God. That same spirit of deception is alive today. My God. And you can see it in the way hospitals and scientists operate. They appear as light. But behind the scene, there's darkness. Let's break this down.
Home, but his parents are angry after what happened in the NICU at Good Samaritan Hospital in West Islip.
Anger, hurt, I was upset, it was terrible.
Nico's dad went to visit him in the nursery and started recording him crying through the window when he captured this. The video appears to show a nurse roughly picking up Nico, slamming him face first back into the bassinet.
I don't know, it just broke me. I didn't know what to do.
It was heartbreaking too, I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't even sleep.
Consuelo confronted the nurse. She also showed the video to hospital leaders, though it pained her to watch the video again and again.
I told her, I don't want you to touch my child. You just slammed him. And then she was like, oh, no, if you think I mishandled him or anything, I'm sorry.
In a statement, a hospital spokesperson said immediate action was taken, including an investigation and terminating the individual involved. Keeping our patients safe remains our paramount concern.
She shouldn't be taking care of nobody.
At all.
Absolutely nobody.
The first time parents say baby Nico is doing well at home. Fidel is thankful he decided to check on his son when he did.
And I'm happy I was there. God sent me. That's what I told her. God, if it wasn't for God to send me to go over there and check on him, we would have never seen none of that happen. And I would have kept happening through the night, not only to him, but to the other babies, too.
A hospital spokesperson told us they did report the nurse to the Department of Health. As for a police investigation, well, Suffolk County Police say no one has come forward to file a report. Reporting from West Islip, Paisy Cheng, News 4, New York.
I was never going to watch that video again.
The video shows 3-pound, 4-ounce Morgan falling from a hospital employee's hand onto a table.
And I feel like she was treated as a sack of potatoes.
Dad Derek was recording.
It made me so mad, I had to stop recording.
Derek later confronted the doctor.
I told him, I said, you dropped my baby. He had a nonchalant look on his face, and I showed him the video, and he had nothing to say after that.
An ultrasound a week later revealed Morgan had
Grade 1 germinal matrix small bleed.
basically a small hemorrhage. A former NICU nurse told me those are common in premature babies and won't lead to any long-term negative effects.
She does this tensing up and her body kind of shakes.
That shaking, though, has mom and dad questioning things.
I would like to know if this was due to her being, having a low birth weight, or if it was due to her being dropped on her hip.
They're hopeful their daughter will grow up healthy and happy, but want the hospital staff to be more careful and learn from this mistake.
So we're heading over to the racist province of Saskatchewan, and we're going to talk about a Nigerian doctor, Dr. Amos Akinbi, who is suing the Saskatchewan Health Authority for making him come in and perform life-saving surgery on his daughter. Take a look.
The treatments that I've had with SHA only made me realize that I don't belong.
It began in 2017 when he was forced to save his daughter's life as she gave birth. He says other doctors and professionals were on staff and available, but he was called instead. He had to perform emergency surgery on his own daughter, something he says was ethically inappropriate and as a Nigerian, culturally taboo. Afterward, when he was upset, he says he was told to go home.
How would I go home? My daughter is coded in code blue. That's between life and death.
He filed complaints against SHA officials. The SHA then filed their own complaints against him, something Akinbi says is motivated by racism. And that is what is compelling him to go to court.
This is not the first time SHA will be doing this to some ethnic doctors. And I feel I'm committed to pursuing this to a conclusive end, despite all the financial involvement, despite all the extortion. Because this is a task for generations to come, not just only for me.
The Saskatchewan College of Physicians Code of Ethics specifically says that physicians are prohibited from performing any procedures or services on their child unless in an emergency where no doctors are available. There were doctors on staff. There were doctors available. So the fact that they kept calling him to come in, because they called him twice. She coded twice, apparently, she being his daughter. She was pregnant and there were some complications with her delivery. They called him to come in and resuscitate her. So you have your child that's coded. They call you in to resuscitate her, which is, again, against the code because there are doctors there. He has to come in while she's coding when there are doctors there. And the part that he talks about being taboo for from a cultural standpoint, in the Nigerian culture and some of the other cultures in Africa, it is taboo for your parents to see your child's exposed body. So that's what he's referring to when he says it's taboo culturally and it's ethically taboo, according to the code of ethics. So here you have this doctor who was forced to come in, perform the surgery. Ultimately, he did save his daughter's life, but he's now suing them because they were so mad at him for coming in and having an issue with the fact that they're calling him in that they then sent him home. So now you're sending him back home as if he's going to leave his child when you already put him through all that to come in. Why should he even trust you with his child? So he ended up performing it and saving her life. If the situation were turned around and it was one of the folks, they wouldn't be calling the parent who's a doctor to come in. They would be doing the most to save that child's life. But once again, this black life didn't matter to them. So they're like, you know what? We're not getting involved. Let's call the father in and let him take care of it, even though it violates the code of ethics. And now they are countersuing and saying that he was unprofessional and that his lawsuit is baseless. Saskatchewan Health Authority, you really need to do better. You should be very ashamed of yourself and the way that this doctor was treated. I truly hope that everybody involved is charged, including the hospital, for even allowing the staff of doctors to behave this way. And I will be keeping my good eye on this case, and I'll keep you all posted. In the meantime, please let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Emma Ansa Unfiltered. Until next time, please be safe.
And I've been sitting here waiting patiently no matter what. There's been few things I dislike. I haven't showed nothing. I walk out the room when I dislike something. I come back in when I think that somebody can tell me something, man. That's a fact.
Can you work with another doctor? Can you?
I
don't
understand. Listen. This man just said he cannot submit my child in this hospital because they do not have child stuff for my child. So I have to take my child to another hospital. That's what that man just said. He just said, do we want to take her to Children's? I told him I would not take her to Children's that he has anywhere else. He just said that he can call another one. I told him when he said it the first time, that was okay. But he did not hear that because he was worried about my demeanor and what I was asking about when I talked about the testing and if it was something wrong with her and how long it's going to be. He was not liking none of that. Every time he made a suggestion or a suggestion of anything, right? If I didn't say okay right behind it, his body language showed that he wasn't with it. I promise you that. I have no need to lie.
So I'm trying to get you to.
I would not. I don't care what you talking about, brother. Listen, man. You can paint me out to be whatever you want me to be. I own a business, bro. I take care of all mine. I'm one black man that ain't none of what you think I am. So you can think what you want.
That's too bad.
You can think what you want. What's bad is that you're overriding your position, bro. Because if you're talking about a 2-year-old child, man, and you just said you can't do nothing for it, why would you be trying to keep it for 24 hours? You make no sense, bro.
So I think
you're dead. Hey, man, listen, what we about to do, man?
I've been in here with you a lot, and I know you're a good dad. Can I sit down and talk with you, and then I'll relay back to him? Does that sound okay? I know you're good. I know you're a good father. I've been in here with you guys. I know you're a great stepmother.
A concern about me being a dad is not. That's not the issue. The issue here is about my daughter's well-being and how she is being taken care of. If I bring my child to a facility that cannot take care of her, there is no need for her to be in the facility. If you bring your car to me because your brakes are broke and all I fix is mufflers, and then you realize when you got there, all I fix is mufflers, why would you leave your car? That's all I'm saying. I don't understand what other logic y'all are going off of. The only other logic y'all are going off of is my demeanor and then him having a position. That's it. His position shouldn't matter when it comes to my daughter's health, man. I'm taking my daughter to a hospital that can help her. I am irritated and frustrated as a father because I'm being held back from doing just that. What is the problem? But y'all want me to leave without my child. Why would you do that? I'm asking you. Would you do that? Would you do that? If somebody was showing you that they were going to try to keep you out of somewhere, would you leave your family? I'm asking you. Hey, sir, would you leave your family? Honestly. Honestly. And they just told you they can't help your family. Would you leave your family? I'm just asking.
Just tell you very briefly, let me just tell you all about what happened. Okay. On July the 9th, 2023, just a few weeks ago, Jessica and Travion, they were excited. She was 37 weeks pregnant at that time, and they were really, really looking forward to the delivery of their firstborn child. Her water broke at about 10 o'clock in the morning on the 9th. Appropriately, she went over to labor and delivery over to Southern Regional. They admitted her and put her on an IV, gave her some medicine to basically progress the delivery. She labored for about 10 hours, and then probably around 10, about 8:40 in the evening, she was fully dilated and told her to start pushing. Well, during the course of the pushing, the baby stopped descending. There's something called a shoulder dystocia, fancy word for saying that the baby's shoulders could not fit through the pelvic girdle. It got stuck by the bone there in the pelvic girdle. That was recognized, and what wound up happening after that is just brutal. Dr. St. Julian came in, and she, process of trying to deliver this baby, pulled on the baby's head and neck so hard and manipulated them so hard that the bones in the baby's skull, face, and neck were broken. When Dr. St. Julian finally took Miss Ross to the operating room for a C-section, cesarean section, where they cut the belly and deliver the baby through the abdomen, when the womb was open, the feet came out, the body came out, and there was no head. The head was stuck in the vagina, and the head subsequently was delivered vaginally. And the baby had been decapitated. Dr. St. Julian was grossly negligent for applying ridiculously excessive force on the baby's head and neck. Dr. St. Julian and the nurses at Southern Regional Medical Center, they were grossly negligent for not getting the help of the on-site in-hospital OB in a timely manner. They have a hospitalist obstetrician who's there on site. And when doctors have problems with delivery, the first thing you do is call them and you get help. You get another perspective, another angle. This was not done in a timely manner, negligently. And then also, the nurses at Southern Regional Medical Center were grossly negligent for failing to advocate and insist in other capacities that Ms. Ross got a C-section quicker, sooner, in a more timely manner. So those are the allegations that we claim in this suit. We just filed it. We're going to be very, very aggressive with the discovery. We're going to put all of these people who were in the room under oath and find out what they have to say specifically about what happened that tragic, tragic evening.
The serpent's promise looked good. Look in Genesis 3:4-5. The serpent promised life but brought death. Doctors often speak with authority, saying, if you don't take this, you will die. It sounds like care, but it's rooted in fear.
Ain't nobody can be upset. I'm not irrational.
I understand.
Okay, but I'm upset too because it's my child. You know what I'm saying?
I completely understand. So our house supervisor is on her way down to speak to you guys. And she will be here in just a few minutes. I'm going to put you guys in a private place so that you have a place where you can have some privacy.
It don't even have to be a private place. We just want the baby. The baby should have never left the hospital. Why y'all got these people following you around who they know what y'all have done? My grandbaby is not in this hospital. She just had a baby. And the baby was too early. And the funeral home was coming over here to pick up the baby because we didn't sign off for no papers for the baby to go nowhere. We came over here with the funeral home car to pick up the baby, and the baby is not even here. They don't send the baby to pathology without nobody's consent to go be a lab rat. Like he was nobody, and his name was Uriah, and that's not right. That's not right.
I don't necessarily know.
I'm just letting you know, that's why they call it out, because they know they done messed up.
Okay.
And they know we in our feelings about it, so they want to call y'all because they done messed up. And trying to make it seem like they going to be victimized. Like, we ain't on that. We hurt. We just want the baby at the funeral home where the baby's supposed to be. We not on that. What we on is where he at and why he there. And I don't care where he at. They need to don't touch him and bring him back or let the funeral home come get him. Just get your hands off him. Get your paws off of him. So he can be buried the right way, untainted. You see what I'm saying? It was my first grandbaby. Y'all don't know. I had to get that baby out the sink. Y'all don't know. So all I'm saying is all we want is him. I ain't on that. We just want him. And y'all messed up. Y'all dropped the ball. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. But we just want him. I'm not here to fight. I'm not gonna get where I'm going like that. Okay. Yeah, you catch more flies with honey. I'm not gonna get there like that. So I'm not here to fight. I'm here for the baby. And y'all gonna have to, whoever dropped the ball, they gonna have to deal with the consequences because we're not letting it go.
I've called our house supervisor. I'm gonna go see.
We ain't letting it go. They wasn't supposed to sign that baby out this hospital.
She'll be the one to come speak with you, okay?
To be a lab rat, to be experimented on.
Okay.
Like it was nobody and nothing.
Out while we're waiting on house.
Like it was nobody or nothing, but didn't want to call y'all because they know they wrong. They know they wrong.
Well,
we were here with somebody else,
but she just came and walked up on me. She just came up on y'all. She just needed the police presence. No, you know you were wrong and you don't know how people gonna react. See, that's what I'm saying.
And that's the only reason why we're here, because they don't know how people react. And obviously you're going through a lot. And
I'm hurt, but I ain't violent.
I understand that.
I got a voice. My voice is everything.
I understand that.
But she probably didn't know that, and I think that's why she just wanted us to be here.
Yeah, they know darn well they weren't supposed to. They called for her signature for the baby to go. They said, "Oh, you want to donate?" No, we ain't donate no nothing. We don't believe in that. We believe in our babies and doing the right thing.
Right.
So basically, if y'all would have never called about something that was a blood clot, you would have just went on and disposed of it. So y'all know that baby was somebody, and that baby name was Uriah, and we want him so he can be able to go to the funeral home and all that. Now, for the fact that y'all moved him from there without her consent, knowing y'all needed. Yeah, y'all used to young girls just signing their baby off. That's why when I was calling them, they didn't want to speak to me when they was calling. They was trying to speak to her. And then sideline her, but she had them on the speakerphone, and I heard everything they said. And I stepped in and I started speaking. I said, don't worry about it. We on our way down there because you know you're wrong. And you tried to trick her because she's 17 years old. Oh, yeah. Some of that. Y'all know what y'all doing with these babies, these experiments, whatever y'all doing, making, mixing, I don't know. But my grandbaby shouldn't even be a part of your science projects. This not that. That was somebody. Make me happy. I even wish we brought him in here. We just should have kept him with us.
So just like Eve in the garden, Many today are deceived by what looks good, but is rooted in evil. Hospitals and science may promise life, but only God gives true life. The question is, whose voice are you trusting? The serpents or the shepherds? That should hit home. If this teaching opened your eyes, be sure to like, share this for others to be made aware of this, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos put together like this to bring more awareness to our communities. Because it's not a white and black thing, y'all. This is a people's thing. Human nature thing. This is a human thing out here. Good and bad thing. You know? So until next time, stay watchful, stay prayerful. Did I say that right? Stay prayerful. And keep your eyes open and keep them directly on Christ.
For the throne is where we come to offer praise and seek wisdom.